Okay, there. If the sound is better, please state down at the bottom if it's better sound. So yeah, the scams that we are seeing is people being offered hundreds of thousands of rands for basically every old coin you can think of, whether it's a 50 cents, a 20 cents, or 1 rand, doesn't matter. They don't care, because at the end, it's not about the coin. It's about the money they ask you for doing that transaction. So basically it goes like this. You will get an offer where they ask, would you like to see how much we're offering for this coin? And you reply, okay, fine. How much are you offering? They say 900,000 ZAR, South African rands, for a 50-cent piece. So you obviously go, great, that sounds awesome, but what's the catch? How much must I pay? They tell you you don't have to pay anything. It's a completely free, no hidden costs, nothing. So, I mean, who would not say yes to transforming a 50-cent piece into something that is worth potentially R1,000,000 or 900,000 rand? So you go along. Eventually, they get to a point where they send you a proof of payment after you've given them your account number. Now, I have a separate account for scams, so I don't have any money in that account. It's completely separate, and I use it for scam baiting so that I give this type of content to my viewers. So basically, sorry, 1 second, I just need to switch my lights on because I can see the shadows are not great. So this is a ring light that I use. That's better. Anyway, so they send you the POP, a proof of payment. But on the top right-hand corner, like the one that was sent to me, was an FNB. Now the FNB that I use, they've got specific logo and the word FNB. There was a few things missing. The wording was very well done. It wasn't like an obvious misspellings like a lot of these other scams. It was pretty professional. But I had the bank on the other line while I was doing this, and they said it was pending. The little box at the bottom of the POP said the funds will be released once I pay the 200 rand release fee. That's where the scam gets their money. So obviously I do all this so that I know the ins and outs of the scam. So I go, I check it out, and I see the box, 200 rand. I say to them, but you said there's no payment. It's completely payment free. No, we have to do this. The bank is the one that's asking for this payment. And I'm like, really? Oh man, I didn't know about that. Anyway, got the bank on the other line, and the bank says there's nothing pending going into that account. So already, this is proof point one. Now, because they sent a POP, this is fraud. So I can open a fraud case against this person because they gave me their bank account and they gave me their proper cell number, which is connected to a person. So with all this information, I go forward and I give this to the police. The police then take it upon themselves to do what they do. I've been doing this a while, and I've been catching out quite a few of these type of scammers, but I'm in the commodities business, so I get a lot more of these types of scams where other people might get similar scams, but not in the commodities. Some of them might get the South African Revenue Service scam, where you need to pay a certain amount of money because they didn't do the 1 year correctly, and now you owe so much extra. But it's always with a gift card. It's very easy to tell these are scams. The scams to watch out for is the email scams, where they've infiltrated your email and they are watching your email, waiting, especially businesses, where they are waiting for monthly payments that you make to a vendor or to basically anyone. And they then strike at a time right before you're about to make payment to tell you that their bank details have changed. So many people, when they've got a company that's a relatively large size, don't do due diligence. They don't go and phone the company and say, hey, have you changed your banking? Are you with a new bank, or have you changed your accounts or anything like that? So they just take it at face value and pay what they have to pay to this. Now you can, unfortunately in South Africa, we have a major problem with our banking structure. You do not have to have the bank account name and the number be correct. I can put any name of my account. As long as the bank account number is correct, it will go into the bank account number. So it doesn't matter. They can say they're from the same company, but with a different number, and it will still go through as a payment. You can't now afterwards go to your bank and ask for that money back because you did the payment. It wasn't taken from you. You actively did the payment. This is a problem because that money's gone. You're not going, you might be able to create a case and it'll take 6 months and you might see something back, but it's highly doubtful. And also the banks here are to blame. The banks now know this from inside sources that they write off a specific amount, and it's in the billions every year for fraud. So they don't go after people that have been nailed for 10 grand, 15 grand, around that, because it costs them more money to go after the guys than it does if they just pay out or their insurance payout. So these scammers have a full incentive that no one is coming after them. They have impunity. They can operate without having any backlash. So that just emboldens them more to do it again and again to more people. It is disgusting, and it really mainly hits the elderly, people that aren't tech savvy, that don't understand a lot of what's going on. Facebook is a cesspool. It's an absolute cesspool of scams. I'm connected to probably 15 different coin collection pages that are run by scammers. They are scam pages that are literally run by them. So when I try and make the admin aware of what's happening, I'll get booted because I've broken one of their terms and conditions, because I've outed the scammer. But there are plenty to go around, and I've done this now to a lot of scammers. So I urge you guys, be careful. Use a VPN on your phone. When you're doing banking, a lot of people think it's safer to do it on a computer than to do it on a phone. It's actually safer on your phone than on a computer. Computers are very easily hacked. Phones are more difficult to be hacked. I'm not saying they can't, they definitely can, but it's more difficult on a phone. With a VPN, it makes it way more difficult because it jumps your IP address of your phone is bouncing off routers all over the planet, so they can't find out where you are. That is very, very pivotal in trying to keep yourself safe online with making purchases. Try and stay away from shopping places like Temu and Shein without using a virtual card. Now, I will go into, on the next video, I'll go into depth about how to keep yourself safe and your data safe and your payment details safe, and how to create a virtual card, and make sure you always only use a virtual card when making online payments. Extremely important. So if you like this, please subscribe, send a comment, do something, interact. I will reply to every comment. And if you want to know more about how to keep yourself safe, then tell me down in the comment section that you would like it, and I'll make another video and we can take it from there, because this is my first video on this scamming. Even though, as I said, I've been in this for quite a while, I haven't made a video regarding it. So this is the first. Thank you so much, and I hope you like it, and I hope you subscribe. Otherwise, that's me out. Thanks.